Your think tank has an action arm, and you're continuing this fight against critical race theory. You introduced actually, I would call it a pamphlet or a playbook, I think, is how I would best describe it to people, for parents to fight against critical race theory. So just in a top-level summary, can you explain to me what that is?
Sure. We put out a toolkit for parents to be able to know the terms and the buzzwords that they would need to understand and be able to be on the hunt for. So critical race theory doesn't just put a neon light around itself and announce itself in curriculum. It's a paradigm, as you know, that's been really pushed for the last 100 years. And we wanted to use our experience from the Office of Management and Budget in sharing with agency heads what they should look for. We wanted to give that same information to parents and school board members. And then we also wanted to model how, having been through the political arena, the public arena, and how to manage this fight and be called all the names in the book and to be able to survive at the end of it. We wanted to give people confidence that they could do that as well. We know it'll be hard, but there is light at the end of the tunnel if they are courageous, and we're seeing people across the country who are courageous.
Yeah, and that's just a given, unfortunately. If you are a warrior on the cultural battlefront in the conservative movement, you will be called every name in the book. Just let it fly off your back. That means you're doing something right here. Can you give me a couple of examples of parents, of course, after they watch this, are going to go and download it. But can you give me a couple of examples of what parents should look for, what's contained in this document?
Sure. A couple examples would be the term anti-racism. Anti-racism, to the common sense, would suggest that we are against racism. But that's not what critical race theory defines it as. Critical race theory has anti-racism, has in fact is discrimination, to be able to pit races against each other, to be able to kind of play into the paradigm of oppressor versus the oppressor, those who are being oppressed against. And so that's one part of it. I would also look at equity. You hear that term a lot from the Biden administration. Equity is not equality under the law. It is a looking at any kind of disparity that could have many different causes, and saying that is definitionally racism as a result of that disparity, and we're going to level out. We're going to produce equity through government force and coercion, and the Biden administration is doing this on every single decision that they make. Another one that I found particularly useful in the federal government was unconscious bias. Again, this notion of the beginnings of thinking about of fragility, that somehow, if you are biased, you just don't know it. You are prejudiced, you just don't know it. And if you reject that notion, that is evidence of your racism. That's evidence of your fragility. And so those are, again, a lot of the diversity trainings are setting up those paradigms for their HR employees.
Hi. Before you go, let me talk to you about something. As you know, I've been censored on Facebook and YouTube, so I partnered with Locals to create a censorship-free community. I also just launched my show, and I have a lot of exciting new things coming up that I want to make sure I can share with you and get your input on. I'm going to be sharing behind-the-scenes looks of my set and my show prep, and I get a lot of questions about my hair and makeup routines, my research process, and so much more. So I'll give you sneak peeks of all of that. I'll also be doing exclusive segments of my show just for Locals VIPs. All of my interviews will be shared on Locals for VIPs to watch as well. I'll be taking questions directly from VIPs for the video mailbag in my show, and you'll get the episodes free from ads. Who doesn't love that? Not to mention, I'll keep doing everything that you've already come to love. Ask me questions for live Q&As. Let's talk about your favorite books, what yummy vegan food I'm eating for lunch, and what ridiculous headlines I'm reading today. You can do all of that and more, but only if you are a Liz Wheeler Show VIP on Locals. The monthly subscription is $9 a month, but if you really want a good deal, we have an annual subscription for just $72. That's 4 months free. 4 months. So join me on Locals as a VIP. I'll see you over there.